Yes! I've been waiting for this my entire life. Welcome to the Average Rook. We are playing Quest for Glory 4, Shadows of Darkness, the fourth game in the Quest for Glory series, and one that I have been really wanting to get into. Now, a bit of background before we begin this episode. This was to be the next game after Quest for Glory 2, but it was pushed a little bit backward to make room for Quest for Glory 3, which, despite its bugs, actually paved the way very well for this game. This game uses the VGA graphics and a similar style to Quest for Glory 3, but with a few differences. For example, the map system returns to that of Quest for Glory 1 and 2, so it's just scenes. And the combat has been changed to something of a side-scroller, and this game actually has voice acting to coincide with the dialogue scenes and the narration. You will be able to enjoy voices like Cam Clark, Jeff Bennett, Jennifer Hale in her first voice acting role, I think, and the wonderful narration of John Rhys Davies. That's right, Gimli and Treebeard from The Lord of the Rings, and Kasim from Aladdin and the King of Thieves. So this should be very great and also very easier on my voice. Now, we're going to be importing our character from Quest for Glory 2, so let us do that right now.
Please insert your saved character disc from any of the first 3 Quest for Glory games into the disc drive, so that your hero can make the journey to Quest for Glory, Shadows of Darkness.
Certainly. Hopefully they'll be able to... Oh, okay, it's right there. Glory 3. Import.
Your character has been successfully imported. Welcome to Shadows of Darkness.
Thank you. Now, I've got a similar checklist that I had for Quest for Glory 1, 2, and 3, but this is going to be... well, hopefully this is going to work for me, but I have to have 2 because the map is quite large. So, we are going to be going as a Paladin, because I want to try and make a good Paladin for this. Paladin. Alright, so these are our stats so far. They seem to be pretty good. The dodge is still kind of crap. But now we have access to a new thing, acrobatics. But I believe that is more for the thief, so you don't want to pick that. Let's put our points into everything else. So, let's see, how many points have we got? We've got 100. Excellent, so let's pump it up to, let's see, 33 challenges. Put everything minutely essential. And then we should be good to go. Magic's still down, but I think they'll probably do. Let us move into this. So, in the last, at the end of the last game, we beat the Dark Wizard, but we, were ported away.
You awaken from nightmares of flying and falling. You find yourself in this strange place. The only illumination, an eerie green glow.
Ooh.
You've lost your weapons and the contents of your backpack somewhere during the journey. All you have are the clothes and armor on your back. This leaves you with 4 burning questions.
4 of them, you say?
Where are you? How did you get here? Who brought you here? And how in blazes can you get out of here?
Well, we shall find that out soon enough.
No, make that 5 burning questions. What city did your luggage end up in this time?
Okay, before we start, I need to check the options. So these are the buttons. When they were making Quest for Glory 4 Shadows of Darkness, this was the aesthetic they really wanted. Alright, so, detail up to high. Ooh. Okay, volume down a little bit. Speed up to high, of course. Skill down to low. I think everything is fine so far. So we can save and continue on. Quest for Glory 4. Or maybe just put it. There we go. Now it is time to move around. So the first thing that we have to do is we need to look around the room. Oh.
You stumble and fall over the ancient petrified corpse.
Oh.
As you pick yourself up, you discover a dagger and some coins on the dried out dead body. It isn't going to use them anymore, so you take them.
Yes, we do. Nice. So that is,
You find nothing else useful on the body.
Okay, let's see if we can look around. So that is basically our thing. Just keeps moving around as you move the mouse around.
You are in a large cave, dimly lit by glowing lichen on the walls. Strange, irregular outcroppings of stone grow from the ground, looking like the skeleton of some enormous beast. Here and there, petrified human bodies seem to grow half in, half out of the floor and walls.
Nice. Okay, we still need to find other skeletons.
You are in a large...
Yeah.
The deteriorate...
Okay, maybe those are the 2 skeletons. What about this?
That didn't do anything.
Okay, thanks, John. This?
A brief search reveals a piece of hard grey rock, which you take, and some coins. 3 crowns and 13 kopecks.
Yes, so in this game, the currency is crowns and kopecks, and it's 100 kopecks to a crown. Now, what about this one?
Find 30 assorted copper and gold coins on the body.
Okay, that didn't help me in terms of the, unless we already have the flint and tinder. Flint, it weighs 2 quarks. You have a small grey piece of flint, much like the one described in your famous Adventurer's Survival Course manual in the fire starting section. You vaguely remember something about using flint and steel together. Now, one of the puzzles in this is going to be referring to the manual, and I forgot to put that on my person, so let's see how far we can get before we need to use that. Alright, so the next thing that we have to do with our flint... Okay. We need to find an altar.
It seems to be a kind of stone valve, acting as a door to the passageway beyond.
Aha. Now what about this?
The torch is firmly embedded in its holder.
Okay, we want to grab that.
This torch is firmly embedded in its holder.
Okay, never mind, we can't grab it. Wait, can we grab it?
This torch... You take the torch.
Okay, that one we can grab. Oh. And now we need to move to our inventory and combine this with the flint. You strike a spark with the flint and dagger to light the torch. Nice. Okay, so now we need to proceed to the back door and open it.
That didn't do anything.
Okay, what if we just move towards it? Oh.
You force the sphincter open with your dagger and pass through.
Ugh, sphincter. Okay, let's see what other thing. Oh.
You've made it into a large chamber. Stone valves, like the one you just passed through, apparently block 3 other passageways. There is a huge stone altar in the center of the room, and an exit to the south.
Oh, nice. Okay, so now we need to pay attention to the corner here.
The corpse has long since decayed into a dry husk, but his shield seems to be in pretty good condition.
Nice.
Lying next to the dead warrior are a battered sword and a coin pouch.
Okay, we want to grab those.
You gratefully retrieve the shield and battered sword from the dead warrior. You hope that they will serve you better than they did their last owner.
Yes. Now, let's see, on the way to the southern exit. So we need to exit out of, I think, this. Oh, shoot. We've got some batters to attack.
As you approach the exit,
now I need to,
you are confronted by 2 flying creatures.
Okay, shit.
They have bat wings and spider-like bodies.
Okay, so what's the... Alright, so in order to attack... Oh, shoot. Alright, so, Alright, this thing might be a little bit difficult. So this is basically the, Oh, we got him. But our health is not doing too good. Okay, strategic combat this time. There we go. In a bitter battle...
In a bitter battle, you were better than the batters.
Nice.
You kicked some butt, too.
Okay, so, unfortunately, this counts as poison, I believe. The green. So, we're just gonna have to wait for that to, dissipate. But now we have to exit through the south.
Something deadly lies in wait nearby.
Oh boy. Alright, so the values up here, you've got health up here, you've got your stamina here, and your magic points right here. So now what we need to do is we need to use the rope. Go to the rope. Take the rope, test the rope, cross hand over hand. That's the way you're gonna get across.
You just barely made it across the pit.
Barely schmerely. Alright, so the next thing that we have to do is we need to exit northwest, which is this way. Hopefully nothing bad to happens. That's English. Oh, hello.
You slip through the mouth of the cave, just in time to avoid being crushed by its closing jaws. As the cave mouth closes behind you, you feel a strange warning tingle.
Oh.
There is danger here, although its source is not immediately clear.
Yes, not immediately. So I hop across this. And we come across a woman.
You are alive! Only one person has ever walked away from there before. Who are you? How did you get here? Oh, there are so many questions I want to ask you, but I have to get home quickly. It is so dangerous out at night in Mordavia.
Yes, so this
The
is
town
the
is
area.
due
The area
north
is
of
Mordavia.
here. Be careful. There are many bad things wandering around. Good luck.
Thank you for that.
Oh, by the way, my name is Katrina. I hope we meet again sometime. Farewell.
Okay, so Katrina is Jennifer Hale's role. So now that we have talked to her, up across, encounter woman. Before leaving west, examine the archway for symbols. Get the eye out, examine it.
This symbol is a stylized representation of a crossed pair of bones. This is the symbol of blood, in the form of a huge carved droplet.
Aha. Is this the same?
The archway above the path is inscribed with 8 arcane symbols.
Okay.
You recognize 7 of them, from Arcania 101 no doubt, as the symbols of blood, bone, breath, essence, heart, the mouth, and the senses. The 8th is new to you. It looks a bit like a 6-tentacled starfish, or perhaps more like a squished squid. Something about the symbol fascinates and scares you at the same time.
Ooh. Okay, examine this one.
This symbol looks like a 6-armed starfish, or perhaps like the tentacles of an octopus.
Okay, so that's the one that we need. Click it.
The 6-pointed symbol seems to pulse with energy and comes loose in your hand when you touch it. You have the feeling that you may need this sign, so you carefully store it in your pack.
Alright, so now we've got ourselves the Dark One sign. So now we need to, exit. Alright, so as we go to this area over here, we, let's see, slide down.
The path is dripping with slimy goo. You're having a hard time maintaining your footing on it.
Oh well. Slide down, please. Oh, wait, there we go. Alright, so before we move anywhere else, we need to examine the place. What we need to examine is this, what appears to be a bonsai bush.
A delicately crafted bonsai bush looks totally out of place in a pool of dark, unhealthy-looking goo.
And then the standing stone. Oh, it's about to be light time.
This tall standing stone has been carved so that the top looks like a squid is perched upon it. It doesn't look particularly stable.
Okay, that should be it, so let's move on. I think.
Your danger sense tingles. You sense deadly danger from the swamp. It might have something to do with the grasping, disembodied arms.
Well, as long as we don't stay in the swamp, we should be good. Alright, so now, using the layout, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can I grab the ground?
You grab a handful of rocks.
Alright, just grab more. I think another one of this, 6. Alright, so, okay, so now we're at the wall. Alright, so now, east, and north. And we are at the town gate. Before we move anywhere, let's see what this is.
Tall shocks of corn have been harvested and wait here to be stored for the winter.
Ooh, corn. We need some corn. Let's grab some corn. Alright, I didn't want to skip that. And then we need to search the nearby stump, which should be this.
An old stump by the side of the road makes a convenient resting place for passers-by.
Excellent! Let's grab it.
You find 5 crowns that someone hid in the hollow stump. They're covered with mold and dirt, and have obviously been long since forgotten.
Okay, and now we need to go through the gate. Enter town when ready. Knock on the gate.
You knock on the gate. There is very little sound, the gate seems to be very solid, and you get no response.
Okay, open the gate.
You can't open the gates, they're barred on the other side.
Oh, for crap's sake. Alright. Climb over the gate.
You deftly slip over the gate and into town.
Nice. Okay, so I need to check the time before I do anything. I'll examine all this stuff later, but first, let's see, this, and then time. It is day 1. Oh, right, it's already morning. Okay. Let's examine everything while we're here. This, what appears to be a staff.
The huge boulder raises a solitary wooden staff high above the clearing.
Yes, this is, Rana's staff. This is one of the 4 places you can sleep at, which will be free and replenish you a lot better than sleeping in the wild, which you can't really do, but whatever. Alright, so, what about flowers?
Beautiful, out-of-season flowers grow all around the stone monument.
Excellent. Let's pick some.
You pick some flowers and put them away.
Nice. Alright, now I want to check my, my coins. Contains how many you have with you. We have 22 crowns and 68 kopecks. Total weight is 90. What is... Oh, that's just an edge. Okay, never mind. Alright, so next thing that we need to do is proceed north on the stone's left side, which is this. This way.
You! How did you get here? Why are you here? Few strangers come to Mordavia. I am the Burgomeister. It is my job to know everyone and everything that goes on here.
Okay, well, nice to meet you, Burgermeister. Can we greet? Greet the Burgermeister.
The Burgomeister stares at you suspiciously.
Okay. Tell about yourself.
You tell the Burgomeister about how you came here.
Nice.
Do you expect me to believe such a story?
Not really.
That you could walk out of that cave alive? That the cave would be open? Tell me no more lies.
Okay, sorry. Enough already. Talk to the Burgomeister. Might as well ask him about all the topics.
My name is Dmitry Ivanov. I am the Burgomeister of this town.
Okay. Moldavia.
Mordavia is a valley surrounded by mountains. There used to be a road which led from here, but heavy rains have created a swamp at the base of the mountain south of here. No wagons can get you in or out, nor can any person, except perhaps you.
Well, I suppose we'll just give it a shot then. Town.
This is the town of Mordavia. There is an inn and a shop down the street where you can spend the night or get some supplies and be on your way.
Okay.
The sooner you leave, the better for all. There are many dangers in Mordavia, and we certainly do not need a stranger to stir up new troubles.
Okay, we get it that you don't like... Oh. Alright, we'll talk about all this stuff, but I don't necessarily need to show it on here, so you can look at this for yourself. But we will skip ahead once I've looked at this. Alright, so let's enter in for another bit of dialogue.
Are you just sightseeing or casing my place?
We're just sightseeing, don't worry. Tell about your adventures.
Never have I heard such wild stories before. I am supposed to believe that a prince of Shapir stands before me? You do not look like anything other than a teller of tales to me.
Hey, we have some wild tales to tell you, buddy. Let's, Burgermeister Adventures Guild. Oh, wait, hold on. This?
To be honest, I do not trust you. What you say of yourself is unbelievable, and what you do around here seems likely to get you in trouble. If the path was clear, I would ask you to leave Mordavia. As things are, I will be watching you closely.
Aha, okay, whatever. Ask about the Adventurers Guild.
The old Adventurers Guild is at the north end of town. It has been abandoned for many years, since we have not had many adventurers who could cross the swamp.
Uh-huh.
Seeing as you are supposed to be an adventurer, here, have a key to the guild door. Perhaps you can find something of use there.
Oh, thank you. We needed a key. I'll go through this and then we'll skip. Okay, now we say goodbye. No, say goodbye.
Stay out of trouble if you have any brains.
Yeah. Okay, and now we can exit out.
Stay out of trouble and other people's business, and you and I will get along with one another.
Cool.
Otherwise, you will get me angry. I'm sure you don't want to make me angry, do you?
Not necessarily, no. Okay, so the next one along, I think it's the general store.
The sign reads General Store. You wonder how much of a commission the salespeople get.
Oh my god. Open? Alright, so we want to buy whatever we can here.
This general store is cheery and well lit, thanks to the warm hearth. The first things that you notice are the cats. They seem to be everywhere.
Yes.
Then you see the shopkeeper, sitting on her rocking chair as she knits. She's a very, sturdy-looking woman.
Well, what happens?
So, you're the stranger in town. I've heard all about you already.
But we've barely been here. That's great, I suppose.
Yeah, polite, aren't you? And manners are as manners do, as my husband used to say. We'll see.
Husband, you say? Introduce yourself.
You can call me Olga. Mrs. Stovich is too formal after all. We don't welcome strangers here. They bring nothing but trouble. All the same, it's good to see a new face again.
Good. We are glad to be here. Hold on, enough. We'll talk to her about some stuff and then we'll buy some equipment. Okay, let's see about purchasing some goods. So, the thing that we do need to buy ourselves is some trail rations. So let's just take a look at to purchase an item. You're carrying 22 kopecks and it's 22 crowns and 68 kopecks. That might not be enough to buy everything here because we, well, actually we don't really have, actually, is it kopecks? I think it's kopecks. Paternoty. I think it actually is. All right, so as long as we have 105 or 100 kopecks, we should be good. So we may be able to buy everything here. 22 crowns. So that's 2,200 kopecks, I believe, and 2,268. So we may be able to buy everything here. So let's buy 10 of these. Oh wait, buy 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hopefully our weight capacity is good for this, and that should be 10. That should be good for now, but we want to buy all of these. We want to buy at least 1 clove of garlic, 2 pieces of candy, 1 flask of oil, 1 pie pan, and 1 hand broom. That took our crowns down a little bit, but it should be fine for what we need to do. So let us exit here, say goodbye.
You be careful. We don't need you going around stirring
This
up
may be a
trouble
short
after
episode.
all. Got enough as it is. If you do find something interesting, you let me know, of course, won't you?
Oh, of course. We wouldn't dream of steering away any gossip.
Goodbye. Or, as my dear departed Boris used to say, may the winds blow fair at your beck.
Yes, hopefully. Okay, we'll have to save here before we do anything else. Moving on, the next thing that we need to do is we need to exit and enter Hotel Mordavia. I think that might be this.
The sign simply reads, Inn. Guess that means you should go in.
Okay, well, let's go in then. There's probably a lot that we can do in this day, but not necessarily in this
A small
episode.
but nicely furnished country inn.
Nice.
Stairs lead up to the guest bedrooms.
Also nice.
The floor is covered with sawdust and peanut shells.
Not nice.
The barrel contains the few shells that manage to land in it.
Okay, now it's
The
neutral.
innkeeper stares at you with an expression of fear and astonishment. It is several seconds before he speaks.
I mean, why are you...
This is the Hotel Mordavia. Rooms here are 15 kopecks for room and board. Pay for 1 week in advance.
Okay, fine.
Your room will be the first room at the top of the stairs. When you want food in the morning or evening, just sit down over there by the door.
Sure.
Pay the innkeeper for your room and board.
All right, good.
Thank you for your payment.
Excellent. All right, so now we can probably talk to him about stuff, but we can greet.
They stare at you in
Oh,
astonishment.
that's everyone. Introduce yourself.
You say you are a hero. Well, we will judge you here by your actions rather than your words.
That's how you judge a paladin. Tell about how you got here.
Magic is a very dangerous thing. We do not trust those who use or are used by magic. Make certain you do not give us any more cause for a lie.
Okay, another sort of people who really do not like magic. Enough already. Ask the innkeeper about everything and then we'll probably talk to these guys. Let's ask him about the inn.
The Hotel Mordavia has been in my family for generations. It is the only place to be when darkness falls at night. Everything else is closed, and even we lock the doors. You must knock if you wish to come in.
Okay, we get it. Innkeeper's name.
My name is Yuri Markarov. My wife's name is Bella. We are the owners of this inn.
Okie dokie. Okay, I think we've got enough from him, so let's move on and say goodbye.
The first door at the top of the stairs leads to your room. My wife will serve you supper in the evening.
Well, we'll be sure to come to that. Let's talk to these guys. Names.
I am Hans. Pleasure's all yours. I'm a farmer of pumpkins and corn and a person of great importance here in lovely Mordavia.
Listen, I'm telling you, Igor's death must be avenged. Pleased to meet you. I'm Ivan, an elephant herder. Unfortunately, there are no more elephants in Mordavia, so business has kind of fallen off a tad.
Wow. It's interesting that they don't actually put that into the text, and it's interesting that that guy was crazy. Mordavia.
Guys, is it just me or is Mordavia a wonderful place?
Just you.
Oh, are you kidding? It's the greatest. There's many places to go, things to see. Are you kidding?
Right. Let's not forget that scenic cemetery to the east of town.
Scenic, you say?
Everyone here's nothing but grins. Real friendly.
Yeah, except we don't know you. We don't like strangers.
Or anyone else that's weird and doesn't belong.
Okay. Any rumors?
Rumors? You talking to me? What rumors?
Oh, there are no rumors here.
Well...
Unless you count the rumor that the castle is owned by...
Horse patootie. There are no rumors in Mordavia to speak of.
Haha. Okay. What about the town?
The town of Mordavia is a quiet place.
Filled with friendly, joyful, stinky people.
Stinky?
Well, I'm not so sure about the friendly part. We tend to be very suspicious of strangers like you.
Well, we're just gonna have to change that.
Well, anyway, the town is filled with joyful and stinky people.
Yeah, happy, joyful, and stinky people.
Well,
I wouldn't call us particularly joyful. As a matter of
okay,
fact,
we are
most
stinky.
of us are
We
pretty
do
glum.
have cloves of garlic
Oh,
everywhere.
very well. All right, then Mordavia is filled with people. You know, stinky ones.
Yeah, many stinky people.
Well, I wouldn't exactly call it
Okay,
many.
are you just gonna contradict
There
everything,
actually
you
aren't
fool?
very many of us around here.
It's like,
Oh, forget it. Well, at least he stinks.
yeah. All right, I think we've got enough here. All right, so let us. We don't need to check the room just yet. I think. Nope. We actually need to exit out of here. Got a little bit that we can do in this episode. Let us proceed north. Assuming it takes us there.
As you
Okay.
enter the northern part of the town, you hear the sound of a chisel chipping away at a stone block. A man is carving gravestones at one end of the street.
Ah, he seems
Your
humpbacked.
attention quickly moves from the stone carver to the ominous Gothic building in the center of the street. There is definitely something not right about this structure.
Yeah, not right. Not right at all.
A sense of great danger and hunger comes from near the door of the massive stone building.
Okay, we're not gonna touch that just yet, but we are gonna need to talk to this guy, so let's move over here. Okay, and then we greet the gravedigger.
The headstone carver stares at you and then goes back to work.
Okay. Introduce.
You introduce yourself to the gravedigger.
Yay, dialogue.
Igor!
Ah, hello, Igor. Enough already. Talk about the stuff.
Building was Adventurers Guild. No adventurers, no guild.
Okay, we get that.
Town Mordavia. This north part of town.
Okay, remember that north part of town.
Oh, this day job. Also work graveyard shift. Little graveyard humor there.
Ah.
Igor dig graves in cemetery. Igor put dead person in grave. Igor cover dead person with dirt. Igor put headstone on grave.
Do you get paid for it?
Oh, plenty job security around here. Business is piling up. Little graveyard humor there. Again.
I love this guy. A lot of people are saying that the monastery is bad. Remember that monastery is a bad place. Alright, so we could probably say goodbye to the guy.
He looks at you and then goes back to work.
Okay, so this is probably the Adventurers Guild, I'm guessing?
This weather-beaten boarded-up door once sported a painted sign, but you can no longer read it.
Okay, let's unlock the door.
Unlock the door using the key the Burgomeister gave you.
Nice. Okay, so this is the Adventurers Guild, and it's now open to us, and we got some points for it. We just save here. It's time to look around the place. Is that a logbook?
This desk holds the Adventurer's logbook, a quill pen, and an inkwell.
Okay, anytime we're at the Adventurers Guild, we need to sign ourselves into the logbook. Let's read the logbook first.
You read in the Adventurer's log about some of the exploits of past adventurers in Mordavia. Prominent among them is the story of Pyotr and the Dark One's cult.
Okay.
Near the end of the book, Pyotr tells how he led the armies against the Chernovi cult outside the Dark One's cave. The fighters were trained soldiers, but the cult members fought like madmen. Suddenly, the cult members changed their forms and became grotesque monsters. Many of the soldiers panicked and ran. The battle was nearly lost.
Nearly.
Then Pyotr heard the voice of Irana. By all my will, I banish you to... The voice was cut off. The cult members screamed and ran.
Good old Irana.
Pyotr entered the cave and searched for some sign of life. All he could find were the grotesque remains of cult members. The only sign of Irana was her magical staff lying on the ground. Pyotr picked it up and left the cave, knowing that Irana was beyond his help.
So I'm guessing that Irana and
Pyotr
Pyotr were kind of in the same
He brought the
timeline.
staff back to town and placed it in the town square. A garden of flowers instantly sprang up around it. Near the end of the book, Pyotr tells that he was going to seek out the rituals of the Dark One and destroy them. There are no later entries.
Well, it's time to add an entry to the book. It's time to sign it.
You sign your name into the adventurer's logbook with a flourish. It's almost become a habit by now.
But we've only done it like once or twice. Open desk drawer?
That would be a lot easier if the desk had a drawer.
Well, why didn't... But why would you... forget it. If you're gonna... Thanks, game. Let's look at the bookcase.
There are a number of books on the shelf, including Hero Magazine's Golden Guild Guide to Mordavia, Flora, Fauna, and Folklore.
And Kate?
Then there's Talk Fu, a martial arts pronunciation guide.
Nice.
You see an exercise book, Essential Exercise. Build strong legs with the Bigfoot Stair-Stepper. One of the books is a thin pamphlet entitled Famous Castles of Old Ages.
Apparently there's one particular book that we're supposed to be looking at.
Right. This one talks about climbing skills for upwardly mobile adventurers. It seems to be targeted at fighters and paladins.
That's us.
Oh, there's one for mages. Creative casting concepts.
We would probably go into spell there if we were a mage. Let's see about this. Read books.
Which book?
Let's see. Hero Magazine?
As you scan through Hero, the Journal of General Job Adjusting, you find quite a bit of information that might be useful here.
Nice.
There are a series of articles about the land of Mordavia. The town originally grew up around Castle Borgov. The Borgovs were the boyars, or local noblemen, assigned the role of guarding the area from invaders.
Nice.
The chapter on fauna describes a number of interesting creatures. The Necritor is a vicious carnivore with big, sharp teeth. Some of the other monsters sound even more horrific. In the forest lives the Lishi, a creature known for playing practical jokes on travelers and playing riddle games, but which can also be helpful to those it likes.
Okay, gotta remember that.
You learn about the Rosalka, the spirit of a murdered unmarried woman. Such spirits are said to inhabit lakes and rivers. They try to avenge themselves by drowning any man foolish enough to approach them. You could really learn a lot by reading this magazine thoroughly instead of just browsing through it. Isn't it nice that we included a complete copy in your game box?
Thank you so much. Brochure?
The book turns out to be an...
Okay, we don't need to read that. Creative casting?
The book is all about using spells in unusual and creative ways, such as calming a fire, using alternate flame and frost spells to make something brittle and break.
Okay, we get it. Essential exercise?
This book teaches you how to use the stair stepper to build strong leg muscles and talks about the importance of whole body development. It says to build up your strength gradually by adding weights to the baskets.
Okay, we want to remember that because that's important for one of the exercise items here. Creative casting again.
Read through the book on spell...
Okay. Brochure talk for essential exercise again.
You study the exercise manual again. It all looks pretty...
Okay, something else? Take a book.
Hey, this isn't a lending library.
Okay. We don't want to move the bookshelf. We don't need to. Save here. Okay, we're getting good to probably a nice ending spot, but before we do, let's give ourselves some exercise. So, first we need to grab what appears to be over here, a rope and grapnel.
You pick up the rope and grapnel set and tie it onto your pack.
Nice. Okay.
The grapnel grabs you with a bit of...
Well, okay, this.
This is either some sort of diabolical device or an exercise machine.
Oh, look.
Come to think of it, exercise machines are diabolical devices.
This is gonna have a lot of good puns. Let's try this. Oh, shit.
Your legs are too stiff and sore to use this right now.
Okay, we may need to build up, but first...
Any more weight might strain your muscles. Try working with the weights you already have in the baskets. That did...
Okay, well, we are good to go. Let me just make sure that I've got everything. Pick up the rope and grapnel, the force... Oh, this should be a weapon case. Let's see here.
A finely crafted sword rests within this case, but there doesn't seem to be a door or any way to open the case.
Okay, so when you,
A plaque reads, "Break glass in emergency."
Yes, so when we got here, we didn't have any weapons or shields, and we only got like a, if we look at the inventory, it should just be, it's a rusty sword. Rather battered and worn, you can't get to hold a proper temper, so it's better than fighting barehanded or even with a dagger. Let's, see if we can trade that up. Break case open? Or what about force case open?
Are you kidding? You have trouble forcing a mayonnaise jar open, let alone...
Okay, what about break case open?
You break open the front of the case. Avoiding the broken glass, you pull out the sword. It looks like a fine quality weapon.
Nice! Alright, so now we got ourselves a fine sword. And I think that might be an excellent point to stop, because there are a lot of stuff that we need to do, and we might get a lot more episodes out of this. Alright, so that is episode 1 of our walkthrough/playthrough of Quest for Glory for Shadows of Darkness. We have arrived in Mordavia. We have talked to a few more of the townsfolk, oh shoot, but we've still got a lot more people that we need to talk to and a few more places to examine. So in the next episode, we're going to be exploring the rest of the town of Mordavia. So, thank you so much for stumbling onto one of the most average gaming channels out there. Like and subscribe for more if you enjoyed the video. Check the corresponding playlist assuming something turns up, or one of the recommended that pops up below it. I'm the Average Rook, and I shall see you soon, for there is more average content coming your way.